I know that those people, you know, I went there and I saw people, and they basically, their butts weren't covered and stuff. Well, yeah, because it's a film location site, also like Aqua Dulce.
Oh.
That's right.
So I figure we start with the law, and then we'll go to where they talk about the law, and then we talk about the penalties and the punishment.
Yeah. California state law. Okay, gosh. You know, this is old Cam. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, they like to see.
They like this one.
I know. Okay, this is old Cam.
And this is not a spring chick. The bikinis are. And oh, actually, usually can we say just not a spring chick?
That's
We're talking about the bikinis are today because one of the things is
we're getting ready to start our show on what you can and cannot wear on beaches, and you know, on public and state beaches and stuff, even private beaches. But and the law varies as much as from here to here of what you can legally wear. But the one thing that is consistent, the very consistent thing, if anybody makes a complaint, it doesn't make any difference. If it is legal according to the law, it is the complaint that counts, not the law.
Yeah. And part of it is we are talking about California beaches because, of course, we pulled up California state law. But California is also known as a bellwether when it comes to what happens in the rest of the nation. We can tell you that a lot of these laws that we have in California are now sweeping the East Coast. You can wear, they said they're, basically, the thong is basically out almost everywhere in the country now. I know, it's in the...
And I'm also telling people, they said, well, you can wear that swimsuit in our beach. Well, yes, you could. And they say that, well, you also, I remember, okay, we went to Newport Beach for the Huntington Beach for the surfing championships, and one of the people said, you know, I can remember when the girls used to be known for what they didn't wear. Now, you know, my mother wore things that big. It's because it only takes one person to cause a problem. That's all. And it's why we were talking about. I was reading this last night. When we went to surfing championships. A lifeguard told a woman in a triangle bottom bikini, which is far bigger than this.
Than what I'm wearing, or even what I'm wearing now, or what I was wearing at the time.
Yeah, and they told her to cover it or get off the beach, and that's simply because, as I found out from the law, that if somebody says something, then you can be cited for it.
Yeah. And
it's up to the discretion of the individual that's doing the citation whether he should give it to you or a warning. There they gave the warning. If they came out of the tower, then it would have been a citation.
Yeah, one of the reasons we're focusing on it is this law has been in existence since June of 2000.
Yep.
But part of it is they may not have been enforcing it. And they are enforcing more laws than they previously might have been because the states do not have as much money.
And they're nitpicking now. And the one thing you have to remember, it says any employee has the right to cite. Any employee. Which means you see that person dumping the trash out of your can, that's an employee, folks. You see the person, you know, walking the beach picking the stuff up, that's an employee. They all have a right to give you a cite. They won't personally give it, but they'll sit there, you know, such and such is on this beach and they're wearing it. We've had a complaint that their swimsuit bottom. It's almost always bottoms, not tops.
Yeah, I always find that interesting. Because you can be like the double D, which actually is, I guess, the average size now, like a 38 double D or something.
Yeah.
And then have these little, you know, actually, you could be a 38 double D and
wearing
this top.
It would be legal.
Yeah.
Just as long as that one little area like that is covered, that's all they care about. But the bottoms, the back side and the front side, I mean, and they can nitpick you to death on what you can and cannot wear.
So part of it is, if you want to look at these specifically, because we're going to kind of delve into this and share also the penalties, unfortunately.
Oh, the penalties are horrific.
Penalties are horrific because, well, actually, stay tuned. Okay, so the law specifically states, this is California Code Section 314 to 318.6. That
every person who willfully and lewd either exposes this person or the private parts thereof in any public place or in any place where there are present other persons to be offended. That is the word, offended or annoyed.
So some lady with her kid says, you know, that's pretty annoying.
Yeah, or that the swimsuit that she's wearing is way too small. You know,
and they complain.
And then complains. That's all it takes. You know, it could be somebody that 10 years ago went to the beach stark naked all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But
now they have kids.
And it's a different world now.
Yeah.
I don't want my children exposed to what I exposed to other people.
Or better yet, it's a father that thinks your swimsuit is too small.
Yeah.
Or a mother.
But here's one too. This is basically, say you're the boyfriend or husband with the woman. It said, procures counsel or assist any person to expose themselves or take part in any model artist exhibition, which means you go to the beach and you take pictures.
Oh,
which is why
are you serious?
That's one of the reasons why we're not at the beach as much as we were, folks.
Oh.
Basically, an artist exhibition or to make any other exhibition of self in public view or the view of any number of persons such as is offensive to their decency or is adapted to excite to our thoughts of act is guilty of a misdemeanor.
So you basically, you could go to the beach, you see something and you take the picture and you could be getting a misdemeanor?
You can be guilty. Okay, if the way it works is, if you take a picture of some girl, okay, yesterday we couldn't get to the beach because there basically, who knows, there was police every 20 foot somewhere, but there was a girl over trying to attract some of the surfer guys, not wearing a whole lot. Theoretically, if you take a picture of her and somebody complained that she was indecent and you're taking a picture, you've basically violated that section. And they're nitpicking now. Ooh. It is in the book. It is. It's why you don't see as many guys taking pictures of girls anymore at the beach. We actually have on video yesterday a guy taking pictures of himself at the beach, though.
Yeah, he had his tripod up when he was...
Yeah, and posing, but that's also a no-no if somebody complains. And we know the police was, the whole beach was calling the cops. I'm assuming he was one himself, though, because that was rather obvious. Sit there and take pictures, go sit down, get up, go take pictures, sit down. Now
here's the part is, every person who violates subdivision 1 of the section after having entered without consent or inhabited dwelling house or trailer coach as defined in section, it gets really technical, or the inhabited portion of any other building, is punishable by imprisonment in the state prison or in the county jail not exceeding 1 year.
I know, that's sort of ridiculous.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, nobody's going to enter, basically. If you do it again, it's a felony. That's basically what that is.
Okay.
Okay, here it is. Basically, a 1972 California court case set the precedent that simple beach nudity is not indecent exposure. However, different localities interpret the law differently, most notably Santa Barbara and Los Angeles County. And beach nudity will net you a citation and a fine with no questions asked. Means that's why we said in Los Angeles County, we know what they're doing. We see them giving people citations all the time. So, and then because, like I said, they have a problem with money. They don't have any. Just look at how few lifeguards are out there now. They've moved all the stations forward to make it look like they're there, but they're there only because they're color-coded, so now they can say, like, person problem at green tower, person problem red tower, person problem blue tower, person problem yellow tower.
Or look at the beach without oil. It hasn't been cleaned up.
They don't clean it. I mean,
it's been months and months.
We screw our shoes up. But then we got the state parks, though, is also really. Here's the one too, because they'll say, well, I know I've seen people, with next to nothing on or nothing on the state parks. Well, yeah, because most of the state parks are also film locations. We can go to, I can tell you, Aqua Dulce, which used to be the Warner Brothers Ranch, is a film location. We're sitting there, I know, they're watching a movie the other night, they're naked almost the entire movie in that park. I mean, we're talking, they're being raped, they're running around with no clothes on.
Well, they give them, technically they're not supposed to do it because they paid for the privilege.
But they see there's housing all around it, so the people, and theoretically, anyone in any of the houses could complain, except the problem is most of the people that occupy around Aqua Dulce have also got rental things on their property, so.
What do you mean?
They don't want to rock the boat. But say somebody came to their house that didn't know what was going on, they just call the authorities up and say there's nudity in the city park, so. Everybody on the set isn't there in danger of being arrested then.
Oh, that's right, because they contributed to it because you're there and didn't do anything about it.
That's right.
Oh.
But that was good enough. Section 432 of Title 42 of the California Administrative Code regarding nudity in state parks. No person shall appear nude while in any unit except an authorized area set aside with a purpose by the department of which there are none. The word nude is used here
in... Maybe the bathroom.
Well, yeah, but you're not supposed to go to the bathroom and take photographs of people. The word nude is used herein means unclothed or in a state of undress as to expose any part or portions of the pubic or anal region or genitalia of any person or any portion of the breast at or below the area of the female person. All sections are misdemeanors which carry a maximum punishment of 90 days and another $1,000 fine. See, there's the trick. You can basically go around with nipple covers and be safe, but if you wear a small, rule of thumb, if you don't cover about 2 inches of your behind, at least.
Really? I thought it was 1 inch.
It's like 2 inches now.
Oh.
It's actually 1 3/4 inches, I think. You know,
and that's actually, then I don't think this would qualify.
No, it's a
the suit that I'm wearing.
They said it's a tanga bottom, and basically thongs, tangas, and strings are all gone now. While you can wear them on the beach, you can wear them in a public park, be prepared, as one of the people said, be prepared to have somebody put their arm on your shoulder.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Next thing they're going to do is limit thong underwear.
Yeah. But it said it, basically you got the Cathill policy. It shall be the policy of the department to enforce the nude sunbathing regulation station will be made only upon the complaint of a private citizen. Citations of arrest shall be made only after attempts are made to elicit voluntary compliance. Basically, however, when this public stance was taken, it was far more liberal than it was now, and we were far more liberal, and we weren't in the money problems. That's the key. Mm-hmm. We didn't have the monetary problems.
The money problems. Yeah.
I know.
And the tricky part is they don't have to just give you a warning, they can just give you a ticket.
That's right. I like it. Here's a good one. You love this one. It's that one.
Oh, since the people most likely to make a complaint are also the least likely to make an effort to get to remote part of a beach, those areas have become clothing optional. Oh, if you stay in those areas, you are unlikely to be bothered. However, a ranger appears and asks you to put your clothes in compliance, stay closed for the rest of the day to avoid a citation. If you cross the line from mere sunbathing to other activities...
That's called walking down the beach in a swimsuit. Or if your swimsuit is way too small. Sunbathing is considered different than the other things.
Really?
In the parks, yeah.
You can and probably will be prosecuted under California Penal Code Section 314. And anyone convicted will carry... will carry a lifetime registration as a sex offender?
Yep. Basically, this hits everybody. Once again, this is the same thing that we read up above on the beaches. It's the same thing for the parks. So, you know, once you're defending her somehow, basically, that basically willfully and literally either exposes this person to private parts there in any public place or any place where there are consistently other persons to be offended or annoyed, etc., etc. Procures counsel. Basically, if you take a photograph of anybody, you are guilty of a misdemeanor, which puts the sex offender thing on you.
So basically, if you're going to do it, make sure you're a long way from anybody.
Well, they said that they more narrowly defined it. They said it is not allowed in any state park now, period.
Oh, not?
Not allowed in any state park under any circumstances. So basically, it's do it as, do it at your own personal risk. They do not have to warn you anymore. They can just cite you.
Well, and part of it is like when we go out and shoot, because I'm in the bikini, it's like we wear bikinis where other people are wearing bikinis.
Yep.
If you're not at the beach...
And we tend to wear bikinis that we know that are totally and absolutely beach legal when we go to the beach. This one has been worn at the beach with a cover-up. And the cover-up got more attention than the swimsuit ever got, so it's just funny. So, the cover-ups can get you in trouble. Oh, another one which basically I read last night, an unlined swimsuit that gets wet can get you basically the lewd and lascivious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
An unlined swimsuit.
An unlined swimsuit. So if you go into a suit, like she's got a yellow swimsuit that basically does transparent.
But it is lined.
I know, but it still turns completely transparent when you get it wet. But if you take that suit, which basically a lot of suits are not lined anymore.
Really?
A lot of swimsuits are not.